King Shantanu, the ruler of Hastinapur, was filled with joy when his son Devabrata returned to him. The king crowned him as Yuvaraj, the next ruler of the kingdom. For 4 peaceful years, everything was perfect. One day, as King Shantanu walked along the Yamuna river, he noticed a sweet fragrance in the air. The scent came from a beautiful young woman named Satyavati. Satyavati belonged to the fisher tribe. She spent her days helping people by ferrying them across the river in a boat. Her father, the chief of the fishermen, had asked her to serve others in this way. But Satyavati was no ordinary woman. She had a divine blessing. Long ago, a sage had given her the gift of a sweet fragrance that spread everywhere. This blessing made her special, and it was the reason King Shantanu was captivated by her. The king asked to marry her, but Satyavati told him that he must first ask her father. The king went to the fisherman, who agreed to the marriage on one condition: Satyavati's son would have to be the next king. This condition troubled King Shantanu deeply. He loved his son Devabrata, who was already the heir. The king did not want to break his promise. Heartbroken, Shantanu returned to the palace, but told no one why he was so sad. Devabrata saw his father's sorrow and asked, "Father, you have everything a king could want. Why are you so unhappy?" King Shantanu replied, "My son, you are right. I am troubled and worried. You are my only child and a great warrior, but life is uncertain. Wars never stop, and if something happens to you, our family will have no future. Wise people say having only one son is like having none, because life is unpredictable. I want to ensure our family continues. This is why I feel so sad." Devabrata understood that something must be troubling his father deeply. He wanted to ease his father's pain. He learned about Satyavati from the charioteer and went to her father. The fisherman was respectful, but he explained that if Satyavati married the king, her son would have to be the next ruler. He pointed out that Devabrata, as the heir, would naturally become king after Shantanu. This was the issue that troubled him. Devabrata promised that Satyavati's son would be king. He even gave up his own right to the throne. But the fisherman was still unsure. He said, "Your promise is great, but what about your children? They might claim the throne in the future." To reassure him, Devabrata made a solemn vow. He raised his hand and said, "I will never marry, and I will live my life as a celibate." The gods were amazed by this vow. Flowers rained from the sky, and voices called him Bhishma, Bhishma, which means one who takes a terrible vow. From that day, Devabrata was known as Bhishma. Bhishma brought Satyavati to his father, and they were married. Together they had 2 sons, Chitrangada and Vichitravirya, who ruled one after the other. Bhishma stayed true to his vow. He never married and became the guardian of their dynasty, the Kurus. He remained respected by all until the great battle of Kurukshetra. But this is not the end of the story. Many more events unfolded in the house of the Kurus. Stay tuned to hear what happens next. Thank you.